I too want to thank the current and council members and those that are outgoing, not returning. Service to the community, as Mr. Mushak just articulated so well, is really a privilege, an honor, and the people count on us to do their business. And I want to thank those council people who will be not in the next term for all your hard work, your dedication, your commitment to this community and making it the best that we possibly can. We didn't always agree. Sometimes we disagreed rather loudly, I guess, but we always were working towards making the city the best that it can be, and I really want to thank those, Mr. Petrini, our current council president, Mr. Watts, Ms. Stewart, Mr. McCarthy, Mr. Iannacone. Thank you so much for your service. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to work with you towards making the city better, and certainly the council people that will be returning. I look forward to a very productive 2 years in the future, continuing the things that we've started and sharing our vision to bring new things to the table and making the city, again, the best that it can possibly be. So thank you so much for everything that you've done. Thank you. Congratulations to those who will be joining the council in the 2015-2017 term. I see Tom Livingston up there. I know he's going to be joining us, and thank you so much, Tom, for your willingness to serve, and any of the others who will be joining us as well. The swearing in for the mayor and the town clerk will be at 11:30 next Tuesday, November 17th, in the community room. Everybody is welcome to attend. And then the council swearing in will be 7:30 that evening. We'll take the official picture and so forth that evening. And certainly last but certainly not least, tomorrow is Veterans Day. Please join us at City Hall for our annual celebration of our veterans. And I've always said that nobody pays greater tribute to our veterans than the city of Norwalk. We've got a wonderful community, wonderful organizations that pay tribute to our veterans, and we are having a service tomorrow at City Hall. And I know a lot of our schools around the community will be taking this opportunity to teach our young people about the veterans and what it is to be a veteran and what it means to this country. So I just say God bless all our veterans and those who have served in the past to protected our freedoms and liberties, to those that are currently serving, and certainly to those that will be serving in the future. That is all that I have. Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And this is our last council meeting with this sitting council. And I'm just looking through the agenda, and it's very, very light. I don't expect it's going to take too much time. So if I may, I'm going to ask the mayor to recognize some of the council people at this point under council business if you'd just like to raise your hand and just say a few things about your experience. And I'd like to just kind of keep my comments for the end. So at this point, Mr. Mayor, whoever would like to say something.
Mr. Iannacone.
Thank you. First, I'd like to say that it's been a pleasure to serve with all of you the past 2 years. I'm proud to have served the city of Norwalk for over 30 years as on the fire department, for 31 years, on the Board of Education for 4 years, and finally the council for 2 years. I've been involved in many nonprofits for a long time and will continue to be active with them. I guess I could use some time off, but I'll never stop serving my city in some capacity. I wish the mayor and new council the best of luck over the next 2 years, and as I told my son-in-law when he married my daughter, I'll be watching you.
Mr. McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't have anything quite as eloquently prepared as Mr. Iannacone did, so for the next 20 minutes, I'll talk now. Good joke. No, thanks very much. It's been an excellent 4 years, and I've enjoyed it a great deal, and you'll still see me around. Thanks.
Mr. Watts?
It's been a pleasure and a journey. Just thinking about my 4 years here and the time I've served on zoning and human relations. As you guys know, I'm not a native of this city, but the city kind of adopted me. And I wish the mayor well and the new council, and also the colleagues that I had a chance to work with over the past few years. And I just would like to say, God bless the city. It's a wonderful city, and you know, I would encourage anybody to get involved because it's a great experience. And sad to go, but you know, time is the time to move on. So again, thank you guys so much for an opportunity to serve this city. God bless you all.
Ms. Stewart?
Well, I've enjoyed my journey. It's been a bumpy road. I learned a lot of things along the way. I will still be very active within the community and throughout the city as I spend a lot of time advocating and working with some of our people. I just would like to thank everybody. I've made a lot of friends along the way. At least I hope I made some friends. And I would also like to tell you, don't count me out because I will be back.
All right. Mr. Petrini?
Well, this has been an incredible journey for me. I've been here for 4 years. Actually, David and I came in about the same time. And I don't know if these 2 terms have been unique, but I've lived through an awful, awful lot. I mean, I came into the council on the minority party. That lasted for about 4 months, and then we became the majority party, and under a Republican mayor. And through that, and then this term, I've been fortunate enough to be in a leadership position as the majority leader for the first year. And that majority was made up of 7 Republicans and 1 Democrat that gave us the majority. And so, you know what, we had to work together. And this last year, of course, I was fortunate enough to be elected council president, and I thank all of you for that distinguished honor, and I hope I've lived up to your expectations when you voted me in, or even if you didn't, but representing this council. And I believe, you know, we worked very, very, very well, and I'm going to speak from the Republican side with our mayor. One thing about us, I think all the way through his term when he came on, we didn't look at it, and I know I didn't, and most of my people didn't. Mayor Rilling and I probably talked on the phone daily. And he knew, you know, in order to govern this city and to do it right, he needed the cooperation, not just of his caucus, but all of us up here. Did we always agree? No. But we were always respectful. And, you know, some of the vision that he had enlightened for Norwalk, you know, we took up with it, and we worked as a team together. It was never, ever, and I think I mentioned this, you know, the last council meeting, and I just urge all the council people that are coming on and all the ones that are returning, just work together. Don't draw lines in the sand. I mean, the Democrats, you have a huge majority on this, but you've got some great people on the other side here that you're going to want their wisdom and their knowledge, and just to work together and, you know what, support our mayor. Because if I was coming back, and unfortunately, you know, I chose not to run, and just like Sharon said, I will be back. I'm going to miss this. I sat home election night by myself watching the results, and it was kind of surreal, because this past 4 years has been a big, big, big part of my life. I'm one of those individuals, when I'm tasked with something, I don't know how to just go through the motions. I take it on, and I do it to all of my ability. I've been that way all my life. And I just knew that what I'm facing ahead with my family, you know, it was going to take up too much. So all I can say, I've made some lifelong friends. I will be kind of coming in and out and watching you guys. I'm always available. Just please work together. We've got some exciting things that have started, We've done an awful lot, and this city's got nowhere to go but up, and I'm sure it will, because returning people on both sides, you're great people, and we have a very good mayor. Thank you.
I want to raise my hand.
Did you want to say something, Mr.
Yeah, I
Hempstead?
did. I was over here like this, but. I-
Yes, Mr. Hempstead.
That's right. I gotta learn to, like, you. No. I'll be easier, I'll be at that end. I'll be at that end next week.
Be in that seat.
I'll be in that seat down there. First of all,
You can see everything. That's why I'm here.
irregardless of our party affiliation, I consider you all colleagues, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to make Norwalk a better place to live over the last 2 years, irregardless. Some of our visions are a little bit different of how that is going to be accomplished, but at the end of the day, I think everybody is here with good intentions to try and make Norwalk a better place. And I've often said to people as they leave or start that this is an education. You go to the finest schools in this country, they'll never be able to, they can never teach you and you can never learn unless you do this by doing it. No classroom experience, and Eloise, I know you're presently in classroom for all of that. This is an education you can't buy. And thank you for your service, because it does take a lot of hours out of your day, and suddenly you're gonna, after this, having been through divorce and afters, I've done it both ways, so I get it, that it's like there's a void for a while. I went back and got my degrees after I got out of it, so it shows how much time you really spend at it. But, I mean, thank you all for your service. I really mean it. A group effort, we got a lot done this term. I think you really have to look. There are ordinances, blight ordinances, you can go on and on. We got them all, we got this, there are just tons of things. We've got two good budgets, two good capital budgets, and that comes with working across the aisle, to speak, John. At the end of the day, it's about Norwalk. It's sad to see some people go, because you do build relationships. Jerry, I would have to tell you that I'm already out of sync, because it seemed like every day or every other day I was talking to you more than I ever talked to my wife during the week. And Mario was for a while coming in a good second to that. And that's a lot of things that people don't realize. You see us public meetings, you see what they read in the paper, but there are a lot of things that everybody does in City Hall behind the scenes to try and get things done for their constituents, and that goes a little, and so thank you all for your service. It's been an honor and a privilege, as the mayor would say, to have been served with all of you, and thank you.
Mr. Bonifant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mine will be a little shorter. I just want to say, I want to wish everybody well who's not returning. It's a pleasure to serve with everybody here. I consider every one of you as a friend, and I'm wishing for the next count. Congratulations to the people who are returning, and I thoroughly enjoyed serving on this council, and while the city clerk doesn't know that I had some compliment for you, I don't know why, but you had me voting first on the list whenever there was a vote, and I really liked that a lot. I don't know where that came from, but it kept me on my toes, that's for sure. Good to pay attention. But thank you very much, everybody, for serving. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kites.
Like many of you said, we've accomplished a lot. We've done a lot. It's ups and downs, and I gotta kind of look at this as like a family. You got those family members that drive you crazy, and you get on each other's nerves, but still at the end of the day, they're family. So everyone here, you guys, there's a bond there that will never go away. So, and just to point out one person, Jerry, I gotta say, when I first got on this council, I didn't know anything, and I was like kind of, on my own. I felt you were there for me. You were there for me at all times, and you helped most everyone on this council, regardless of party affiliation. So, Jerry, thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody, for your comments, and I'll just finish up by saying, it is a group effort. 95 to 98% of the time, I don't think we took party affiliation into consideration, and that's what the public expects of us. They expect us to work together regardless of party affiliation. They didn't elect us as Democrat or Republican. They elected us to help them govern this city and to make it the best we can. And I applaud everybody current, people who will not be joining us next year, and look forward to working with the new people on that same kind of thought where we keep everybody working together and we take everybody's position into consideration and we work well. So, thank you.